How to make $100 or more per day online. It's what I'm going to show you guys in a moment. Now, before I get to that though, my name is Jamie G. If this is your first time here, welcome. It's great to have you here. I cover internet marketing, affiliate marketing, how to get started online, and all things digital really. If any of that's of interest to yourself, I'd like to invite you to join me. Feel free to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to smash that bell icon to stay up to date with everything I'm putting out. All right, so I'm going to jump on my laptop in a moment. Now, before I do that though, I just wanted to give you guys a bit of a heads up. I've been away from YouTube for a little while and I've had a couple of epiphanies. Things have gone amazingly well in my business and I've been spending my bulk of my time on another social media platform, which I won't mention, but you can find a link below if you're interested in checking that out as well. But I've spent a bunch of time there. I've been focusing solely on one thing and one thing only, and that is connecting with people on a human level. So one of the things that I've found as part of this whole affiliate journey is it's been a little bit hard to kind of comprehend, but I came from a fairly vibrant corporate background, and when I became a solopreneur and working from home by myself, it was a little bit lonely, I think is probably the right way of putting it. And I was sort of missing that human element, whereas I've now kind of gone back to basics. My business is so ridiculously simple, anyone could, like, I cannot even fathom how dumb and stupid and simple it is. Not dumb, it's not stupid, it's awesome. It's very simple though, and anyone can do it. And now that I've kind of harnessed that and I'm doing that, I was like, I'm starting to think, like, why did I bother doing all this other complex stuff I had going on in the background before? So anyway, that's it. Right, I'm going to jump on my laptop and I'll catch you guys right after this. Hey guys, welcome back and thank you very much for joining me. So the magic question I know a lot of you have is, how do you make $100 or more per day online? Now, I just wanted to touch base on a couple of things before I get into the actual video itself. First and foremost, what I'm about to reveal is going to be a little bit of a shock to some people because it's a lot easier than you might think. And secondly, it's a little bit of a funny way to look at it, but hopefully at the end of the video, you're going to have a full understanding of why I've suggested this route specifically, okay? Now, at any point you want to skip ahead and you'd like to join my group, there's a link below here. It's going to lead you through to a chatbot where you can claim your own unique password and you'll be able to join my Facebook group where I'm going to be able to unveil a lot more of this stuff and actually go into the essence of how to get this type of business set up off the ground right from the start. All right, let's jump into it. Now, before I did get into the main parts of it, I just wanted to go through a couple of things that I guess a lot of people are sort of a little bit sick of. So I wanted to lay out some cold, hard truths for you guys because I think there's a lot of BS out there. And I know that this journey over the last couple of months, for me in particular, it's basically been able to make me dispel so many of the myths and stuff that are out there regarding affiliate marketing. I now have a very solid base and a solid understanding of a lot of the principles of how to actually just sell stuff online, which is so important. Anyway, look, first and foremost, I'm guilty of this. I've done a lot of videos, if you look at my channel, a lot of my review videos of products. Some of them are quite good, I must admit. Some of them are just click and copy and paste stuff, and I'll be honest, I didn't really appreciate this until recently, but that in itself is not a real business. And I'm a little bit embarrassed to admit it, but it's just not a real business. Like, if you're copying and pasting something, it's a loophole at best. It's a hack. It's a short-term thing that may or may not get you some results, which is fine. If you're only after these short-term things that get you a couple of results here and there, that's fine if that's the business model that you're into. But what I think is more important is setting up your own personal brand that people want to buy from. And I'm going to go into that a little bit later on. Um, the thing is, you will have to work as well. I'm not saying that this whole thing is like overly difficult. It does take a little bit of work, but it's not as complex as you might think. But you do have to put in some work, and I think that's a thing that a lot of people kind of miss out on. They get so hooked into the idea of click this and copy that and paste thing here, blah, blah, blah. It's not really real business. Like they want the easy solution without having to do the legwork and the hard yards, all that sort of stuff. So get that out of your head. There is work involved. It's fun though. I personally, I love it. I absolutely love it. So I think it's fun. Not all of it is going to be comfortable as well. That's another thing. I think a lot of people, again, coming back to that, oh no, no, I just want like I want you to tell me what ad metrics to look at and what ones work best. And like if you got a landing page that I can copy and what's your Shopify store so I can see what products you've got and stuff. That's laziness. That's laziness. That's not cut. That's probably number two there. You will have to work. But number three is like you're going to have to do stuff that's uncomfortable. And some of that is things like putting yourself out there a little bit, taking a risk that when you do a YouTube video and your friends and family watch it and then they make weird comments to you later on, sometimes that shit happens and it's not fun. But it's better to be uncomfortable doing this for a short period of time than it is to be uncomfortable going and living your life in a way that you don't want, right? That's my thing. Would you rather be uncomfortable for a short period of time and face that discomfort, or uncomfortable in your own discomfort in your own life, working the 9 to 5 that you hate and all that sort of stuff, right? So basically, I'm just trying to instill in you guys that there's a couple of myths out there. Hopefully, this will all make sense, right? Now, there's another thing. Humans are weird creatures. I've bought a bunch of stuff out there and I haven't completed it. So I'm one of the 95%. I'm also one of the 5% that have completed stuff. More often than not, I do complete it, but I also have a bunch of stuff out there I haven't completed. So what do I mean by this? Less than 95%, sorry, less than 5% of people finish. What am I talking about? Well, crazy stat is that out of all the people that buy an online course or a program, there's an issue, and the issue is here's your login details. Good luck. Thanks very much. Here's a support email if you need it. But the problem with that approach is that people don't have faith in what they're doing. There's a subconscious part of their brain that just doesn't believe that it can work for them, or they have some other limiting belief or hang up on the end result. So what happens is they don't actually get right through the training. Life gets in the way. They're not as motivated a week and a half down the track as they were when they first bought it, and all of a sudden they've watched like 6 modules out of the 12 and they haven't actually done anything. Or if they do something, they're not really committed to taking action and keep going with that. They just kind of waffle around, right? So that's another thing. Just make sure that you do actually finish it. And by the way, that stat is not actually people that become successful from going through an online program. This is literally people that just watch all the modules. Crazy stat, crazy stat. All right, so before I get into it, and this is going to be the big unveil right here, I wanted to get into some basic mathematics for you guys. So, how do you earn $100 per day online? Now, for the sake of ease, and I guess because I like round numbers, I'm going to assume that there's 30 days in a month. So bear with me here. I'm going to explain a few things. This will hopefully be a bit of an eye opener for some of you guys. So let's assume there's 30 days in a month, right? So your conservative goal is $100 per day, 3 grand per month. Incredibly doable, by the way, incredibly doable. So most people, when they start affiliate marketing, they do this. They find low ticket offers. I was one of them. I was trying to do it for so long, it was ridiculous. I had a whole bunch of moving parts to my business. It was complex. Yes, I was growing. It was starting to pick up. Things were looking good, but it was still very, very hard. Now, to give you an idea, if you're wanting to hit your revenue goal of $3,000 per month or $100 per day, you're going to need to sell 30 customers a $100 item that you get $100 commission for. Sorry, I'll rephrase that. You get $100 commission for whatever product it is. This is all hypotheticals, of course. You would need to sell 30 customers that product. Okay? So as a newbie, and even as someone who's experienced, that can be quite tricky. And to consistently do that over the course of a year, you're looking at 360 new customers. I'm not saying it can't be done. I'm not saying that you shouldn't look at it if that's what you're really interested and really passionate about. But what you can hopefully see is that that is quite a big figure. That is, it's a lot of customers each month. Okay. Now imagine that most affiliate products that I know of, they don't pay $100. Like the low ticket stuff, you might be getting 12, 20, 30, 40, $50 a month, things like that. So imagine how many more sales you'd need of those in order to hit that revenue target of $100 per day, etc. Right? So hold that in your mind. I'm going somewhere with this, by the way. Now, case in point, number two, same goal. Wouldn't it make more sense and be a lot easier if instead of having to sell 30 units of whatever it is per month, you only needed to sell three at $1,000 per pop? And I know there's a lot of you out there that are listening to this right now and watching and going, oh, that sounds easy, but I can't sell. Where do I get $1,000 thing from to sell? Where do I find those three customers? Who's got $3,000 or $1,000 to spend on something? I can't do that. That's all in your mind. It is exactly the same process to sell a low ticket offer as it is to sell a high ticket offer. The same process. I'm going to go into that in a moment. I'm going to explain the three things that you need in order to basically promote a high ticket offer. And so for some of you that don't know anything about affiliate marketing, there are high ticket offers out there that pay a lot more than $1,000 as well. There's ones that pay up to 10 grand, up to 6 grand, up to 3 grand, etc. So imagine making one sale of $3,000 of something that gives you a $3,000 commission, for example. That's a lot easier to hit your revenue targets. Do you think it's possible if you had the tools, the resources, the coaching, the training, someone to hold you accountable, that it's likely you might be able to make 3 sales in a month? Even if you fluked it, you might be able to just make 3 sales per month. And imagine if, going back to the very first slide, that you actually went through the training, you did work hard, you kept at it. Imagine what you could do. Easy stuff right there. Okay, it's a whole lot easier, right? So what do you need in order to make that $3,000 or more per month? Now, what I'm laying out here is actually so incredibly simple. You might have like a brain aneurysm because it's like crazy simple. Number one, you need an offer. Duh. Of course you need an offer, Jamie. I'm going to go into that in a moment. You do need an offer though. And if you're wondering where you get these offers from, reach out to me. I can give you a list of high ticket affiliate offers that are out there. There's a whole bunch of them that are awesome. Some of them are a little bit crap, but there's a whole bunch of really, really good ones out there. And a lot of people, normal people, you and I, that are making a ton of money out of this type of stuff as well. Number two, you need a platform. And what do I mean by that? You need a delivery, right? So you need either to jump on YouTube and just smash out as many videos as you possibly can. You need to go onto Facebook and basically create an attractive profile, an attractive page that people want to work with you. You need to stick with just one. That's all you need. Just one that you can operate in, work with, and basically get your message out there and start building an audience. And you just need to stick with one, just a platform. That's all you need, just one. And you need a sales mechanism. And again, a lot of you have limiting beliefs around that, and you're like, oh, I hate sales. But what I'm talking about here is it's the basic fundamentals of any online business. So there's always an offer involved. There's always a platform. There's always a way to get traffic, etc. There's always a sales mechanism, whether it's a complex funnel or, in my case, and to give you guys a bit of a heads up, over the last month and a half, I've stripped bare my entire business. I've removed every moving part that there possibly could be. So now I've literally, my entire business is only a handful of things. I'll tell you guys exactly what they are. Number one, I post a piece of content on my Facebook profile every single day. Number two, I post a piece of content in my Facebook group every single day. I engage with other users on Facebook every day. And number four, I reach out and just have a chat to people. I don't try and sell them anything. I just have a conversation to see if there's anything that I can do to help. And if that turns into a sales process, I already have my mechanism in place, which is basically just me seeing if they are the right fit for the solutions that I have that I can offer them. I know that can help them if I can indeed help them. Cool stuff, right? That's how simple my business is. That's how it can be. If you think that's something that you can do, if you can post on your timeline, if you can liaise with other users on Facebook, if you can have a conversation based off a very, very, very solid script, reach out to me. I'll probably be able to help you out. Right, let's dive a little deeper. Number one, what do we need? The offer. What does it need to be? All right, so it's simply what you choose to promote. And as mentioned, I mean, it makes a lot more sense that you promote something that's high ticket. There's no point smashing out these tiny little sales unless you've got a back-end monetization process, in my opinion. Ask any of the big marketers, guarantee the bulk of them will say that the big money is in the high ticket stuff. All I'm suggesting is that you skip the low ticket stuff, focus on the high ticket stuff, and then you can monetize with the repeat recurring income from the lower ticket stuff on the back end if you choose to. Like I say, reach out to me if you're interested in my number one recommendation to make money online. It is freaking badass. I'd love to have a chat with you, see if I can help you out. The platform. Okay. So, like I say, my business super simple. I post on my timeline. I liaise and engage with other users on Facebook. This is only takes a couple of hours, by the way. I then reach out to some people if I choose to, or not, because eventually what happens is once you start putting out enough value and enough good content, people will see you as a form of leader, and they will actually start reaching out to you. It's a bit of a crazy thing that happens, but it's amazing. Right. So like I say, the crux of my business is actually just putting out content, and I try to put out value where I can. Not all of it's going to be super valuable, but whatever. I suggest that you choose one platform as well. So whether it's YouTube, whether it's Facebook, whether it's Twitter, whether it's Pinterest, Instagram, TikTok, whatever you want, just choose one, run with it, and basically just make a bit of a name for yourself in that. Do it in a way and do it on a platform that allows you to communicate with people en masse as well if you can. Right. The sales mechanism, like I say, it doesn't have to be a funnel with 75 steps in it. It can be literally as simple as picking up the phone, having a chat with someone, seeing if you have something you can help them with. Okay. And I know it seems like such a scary word for some people because, it's really just a way, like I say, for you to work out if what you have to offer can help someone. And this is the beauty of why a lot of the stuff works, is because you're not trying to ram something down someone's throat. If they're not appropriate for whatever you're trying to sell them, that's fine. Move on. There's a billion, billions of people in the world. That's just one prospect, just one conversation. It doesn't matter. And it's only when you can diagnose their issues and work out whether you can actually help them that you'll be able to make this whole thing work, right? So, in my opinion, that whole process I just gave you there is the simplest and easiest way for you to make $100 per day online. Now, I know you think, well, you said $1,000, and how do I make $100? Well, the thing is that if you make 3 sales, that works out to be $100 per day anyway. In fact, I guarantee if you had the framework and the tools and the resources, and you were able to get off the ground running, you probably make a lot more than that anyway. And I have. All right. So, with all that being said, I appreciate you guys watching to this point. And if you want help with any of this, all you need to do is click on the link below. It's going to lead you through to a chatbot. And that's obviously my brand. You're going to be able to grab your own unique password and enter my Facebook group. If you choose not to go down that path, it's completely fine. You can still just chat with the chatbot. Bear in mind, I don't actually get real-time notifications if someone tries to contact, so I will do my best to get in touch with you as soon as I possibly can. But having said that, I wanted to say a massive thanks for joining me. If there's anything I can help with, just reach out. My name's Jamie. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.